Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video leading up to the start for The Walking Dead Season 9. In this one, we're going to be doing our death predictions, giving our thoughts on which characters we think will survive and which characters will die. And spoiler warning for the Walking Dead comic book series, but not necessarily for the TV series, because these are just predictions. They are not spoilers. At the end of the day, we don't know for sure who they're going to kill off until we actually see those episodes. And then even sometimes then, there can be dumpsters and other things that come into play that we didn't foresee. So spoiler warning for the comics, not really for the television series. So The Walking Dead Season 9. All right, so the biggest events upcoming for this season, based on the comic book series, if they follow the same rough kind of pattern they're going in for the comic book series that they have been, most likely we will see the start to a rivalry or a war between our joint surviving communities and eventually the Whisperers. Now, this may be in the second half of the Walking Dead television series Season 9. It may not be in the first half, so don't look for it in the first half right away, but eventually they'll probably get to this. It could be a good place to kind of end the season on, and that is, of course, who the Whisperers are going to kill in order to start the war between the joint survivor communities and the Whisperers themselves. In the comic book series version, they kill off 12 people. That's over a dozen. You kind of count 13 because one of them was pregnant. And as brutal as it sounds, showing their own form of dominance, they mark their border between the joint surviving communities and the Whisperers' territory with their heads. They actually take their heads, and as brutal as it sounds, they put them on pikes. So you have the border that is marked with their heads, and it's a whole bunch of people, man. It's a whole bunch of people. Some from kind of each community there. It's like a couple from Alexandria, a couple from the Hilltop, a couple from maybe the Saviors, and the others. So they basically have taken a few from pretty much all of the joint communities, which of course causes the joint communities to join together and go to war against the Whisperers. So with doing our death predictions for the season coming up, I'm not thinking we're going to see that many early on in the season. Of course, there's going to be a time skip, and they're going to have to catch us up on what happened with the different survivors in and around that time. There's the stuff between Maggie and Rick and their differences of opinion with how to deal with Negan. So there's some other things that they're probably going to add in here in the meantime. We may not even see this event until possibly the end of the season, or maybe even if it gets pushed into Season 10, depending on how much stuff they want to add in with the series. But let's start things up with our kind of home territory with Alexandria, the Alexandria Safe Zone survivors. So from that section of our joint communities, of course, we have our fearless leader, Rick Grimes. So with Rick, Andrew Lincoln re-signing his contract, I think Rick will be fine. I don't think we have to worry about Rick being killed off anytime soon. They just killed Carl off, so you kind of need Rick at least for a few more years. Maybe season 12 or 13 or 14 you could kill him off at some point, but not right now, I don't think. I think we still need Rick in the show, and I don't foresee them killing him off. Then we have Judith, who is an easy no as well too. I mean, that's just simple, right? Killing off babies is not good for ratings unless it's Game of Thrones. Michonne is also a no for me. I can't see them killing her off right now at this time. I don't think it makes any sense, so I don't see her being killed off. Then we have Negan. Yes. Most likely presiding in the prison that Morgan built at Alexandria, a lot of us are thinking. And for him, no. I think Negan is safe. Maggie's coming after him, but that's going to take a while, I think. And at least in the meantime, I think Negan is fine for now. We have Father Gabriel. So Father Gabriel will be one that, of course, he's kind of got his vision problems now. He's sort of half blind. It's not going to be beneficial to him if he's out there in the zombie apocalypse and he can't really see too well. So for him, I'm going to say yes this season. I think it'd be second half, and he could be one of the heads on a pike type of deal. He's had a lot of time in the series, and we could see that. Then we have Anne or Jadis, and we don't know if she'll be joining this community for sure, but it seems like it. For her, I'm going to say no. I could see it go either way with her. I could see them killing her off this season, but she is still a fairly new character. She comes from a different kind of walk of life than everybody else, and a different season with introduction. So with her, I think she's probably safe for at least a little while, and so I'm going to say no. I don't think she'll be killed off this year. Aaron is another one that I also think is safe for quite a while. Then we have Tara. So Tara is one that I have been predicting probably since like season 5 that they would kill her off. So this is season 9, so she keeps proving me wrong. But damn, would she look good on one of those pikes, right? Not kidding. But I just think maybe I just don't like to be wrong, and I keep predicting them killing her off, and they haven't done it yet. But I do think that she could be one of the ones that could be used for that, and would have a pretty good emotional kind of impact on the viewers since she's been in the series forever. So for her, I'm going to say yes. I think she will be killed off second half of this season. We have Sadiq, who is still new, so I'm going to say no for him. Then we have Scott, who also, I'm going to say no as well, too. He's been in the series for a long time. C character at best, I want to say, but he's still there, and maybe in the future, who knows, they could use him more maybe at some point. And then, of course, there is the long-lost Heath, who we haven't seen for quite a while, since season 7, and he was originally part of Alexandria, so I am thinking that we will probably see him back this year. We were supposed to see him in season 8, but then he never showed. They never included him in the episodes, maybe due to the crossover and stuff they were doing with Morgan. But I do think we will see Heath, and I think he will be alive. I do not think he will be killed off. So moving on to the Hilltop now. So with the Hilltop, of course, let's start with their fearless leader. Let's start with Maggie. So Maggie is one that I think is the biggest topic of conversation coming into this season because, of course, Lauren Cohen has been doing other projects, and her new series, Whiskey Cavalier, did get picked up. So she is starring in that show, and, doing both series is probably going to be very difficult. She is a A-lister in that show. She's a lead. So it would be really difficult for her to do both. And also that series films in a lot of different places around the globe, internationally. It's like international filming with that series. So it's not like she's just going to one spot. There's all kinds of different places that she would have to go to for filming. So for her, even though I said originally, like, I don't think she would be, so many people have commented on it, thinking like, Trev, at the best case scenario, she could only really be in like maybe 4 or 5 or maybe even 6 episodes from the whole season. So does that really work as a leader of a whole community? We're going to have to see. That's going to remain to be seen. I hope they won't kill her off, but a lot of people think we could see her as one of the people who's killed off in the introduction of the Whisperers. And also because if that series that she's in gets a second season or whatever and continues on, then that could be really tricky. We also don't know for her contract if she signed on for several years or if she's just signed on for a handful of episodes where they kill her off, maybe mid-season finale or second half or something like this. So definitely keep a close eye on Maggie for this season. A lot of people think she'll be killed off, so I guess for now anyway we'll go with maybe, but it could be someone used in the post scene, so the posts, right, the territory. Herschel, of course, the baby, because Maggie, of course, is pregnant. We can't forget that, so she's most likely going to give birth this season. And it might be named Herschel. I mean, they could change the name for the TV series version, Junior, or calling him Glenn, and then Junior might also make sense. We'll see what they want to do for that. But if they stick with the comic series and his name's Herschel, that's fine. And I think that's an easy no. You don't kill off, again, babies, or, there's lots of babies alive. There's even Gracie, too. She's also a no. We have Jesus, who also is a no for me. Daryl is a no for now, but I think for season 10, man, I'm really looking at him because season 10, they're probably going to want to have a huge death. So I would not be surprised if Daryl was used for like a season 10 kind of thing. Also, the character's been kind of the same for so long that, so not this year is what I'm saying, but maybe next year. Rosita, I'm going to go with no for her. I think that she's fine. I think she's going to survive on. Also, of course, if Lauren Cohen is to leave, if Maggie is to leave, then that kind of would have Rosita solidify her position even more, I think, since the two of them do have some, the characters aren't that similar, but they kind of, they're kind of similar in terms of what they offer, right? So let's say it that way. Alden, he's a no. He's still a new character, so I'm going to say no for him. Then we have Cal, who, I think, you could probably kill Cal off, and he's one that's like a low B or like a high C type character where you see him around quite a bit and he's there. But I think you could kill him off at some point in the next season or two. Enid is just a no, and Eduardo, I'll go with no. And I don't know if we should include Gregory as part of the Hilltop. I guess we kind of could. Yeah, I do think that that Gregory may have his last season this year. I mean, it could be next year because, of course, we don't know how many scenes Maggie is going to get, and we don't know what they would do as far as that goes. But Gregory has kind of used up his purpose. Although I do find Xander Berkeley to be somewhat funny, so he could always kind of be there to add comic relief in sort of a dark humor kind of way. But he's definitely a possibility this season. Like definitely. Maybe, let's say, right? So there's that one. Now let's go to the Kingdom. So the Kingdom, you know, they lost a lot of fighters in season 8 during the war, so I don't foresee them losing too many more. Maybe you do somebody like Nabila or something like that with the heads on the pikes. Ezekiel, I think, will actually survive in the TV series. I do. So him and Carol, Jerry and Henry, I mean, and Diane. I'm basically going to say no for all of them except for maybe Nabila. I mean, I think all the rest of them are probably safe this season. The community needs to bolster its ranks, not shrink them down. So you could do maybe one out of all those, but I think they're mostly safe for the most part. Oceanside, nobody really cares, to be honest. There's like Cindy, so it's like, nah, she'll live. But maybe you kill off one of the others. You got Rachel, Beatrice, and Kathy. Maybe you kill off like Rachel or something. I don't know. You just pick one of them. Whichever one it is, it doesn't really matter. Viewers really don't care so much about the Oceanside anyway. We've got the Sanctuary. So what's left of the Sanctuary, presumably joining with the joint survivor communities at the end of this, we got Eugene, who Eugene is one in the TV series. They've used him even more than they ever did in the comics, and they've expanded on him quite a bit. So we could even see him maybe be the leader of the Sanctuary in the TV series. So we'll see if that's in fact the case. If they do go that route, that would be really cool, and he has proven himself to be quite fearsome in the Walking Dead television series. Very tricky and smart as hell, man. I mean, I'm smarter than you, right? There's that t-shirt, right? Trust me, I'm smarter than you. I love that one. So Eugene, I'm just going to go with a no. I think he'll survive. Laura is there as well, too. I think she'll survive because she's one of the only notable saviors that are still alive. And then there's also a Rot as well, too. And I think, yeah, you could probably kill her off as well, too, in the Pikes. And then the only other characters really that I can think of that there's probably others as well too, because there's just so many damn characters in The Walking Dead now. But Dwight and Sherry are out there somewhere, and we don't know where. But I'm just going to say no for either one. Sherry, we don't even know if the actress is ever going to return to the series. I think she's got other shows she's doing or whatever. So we'll have to see if they even ever bring her back at all. You know, it'd be cool to see her and Dwight reunited, but I'm going to say no for both of them because they're kind of off on their own, and they could be used to kind of start the introduction there for the Whisperers at some point this season coming up. Or Heath. We'll have to see who they choose for that. So that's kind of my death predictions for the season coming up, guys. That's basically 7 is what I'm going with, and then the rest being pretty much red shirts for anybody else who's going to be killed off as to start the stuff going here with the Whisperers. So let me know what you guys think. Who do you think will be killed off this season? A-listers, B-listers, C-listers. What are you going with? Who do you think's time has come to an end in the Walking Dead television series? What are you seeing for The Walking Dead Season 9? And if you like this video, please don't forget to thumb it up below. Always appreciate those thumbs up. Share through to Facebook or share through to Twitter if you guys got one and you don't mind. I appreciate it. Click the share tool at the bottom to do that. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel. Click the subscribe button at the bottom left and click the bell to turn on the notifications to get notifications when I post new Walking Dead videos for you guys. That's it for my death predictions for The Walking Dead Season 9. That's how I think it's going to go down, guys. Leave a comment below. Who's dying? Who do you think it's going to be? And who's going to survive? That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another video. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.